The little Casanovini.
Yeah. And so, yeah, his sexual orientation is already fairly apparent. So he's straight. Anyway, not that it matters. I don't care. As long as he's happy, that's all we care about. Okay, so at this point, I think you should be getting some idea of why the naturalistic fallacy applied to human traits really has potential to cause a lot of harm. What I want you to do now is have you figured out what trait I was talking about earlier when I gave you that trait profile?
Yeah, we're back to the human trait profile quiz.
Okay, so what saith the chat room? Let's see.
What are we talking about here?
Well, I probably can't see.
2 basic orientations, right?
Yeah.
Over 90% of the population exhibits the majority orientation, slightly less than 8% the minority. You see a big correlation between identical twins.
Yeah.
People have been forced to behave like they have the majority orientation throughout history. There's, let's see, slightly higher in males. It doesn't matter if you're adopted. What do we got? What are the guesses?
Well, I think they might have it in here. So
really? Did somebody get it?
Could be, yeah. All right, yeah.
They Googled it.
They probably
You
did.
cheated.
Yeah. Okay, so what does the studio audience say? Handedness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did get it.
So you guys got it right.
Okay, well, they couldn't have Googled it, so
Yeah.
maybe it was that easy. But
Yeah, could be. So anyway, yeah, the trait we were talking about is handedness. So here's what I want you to do.
And by the way, I'm normal. There's nothing wrong with
That's
me.
right. Normal and natural. Okay. So here's what I want you to do, everybody in the audience out there. Using your non-dominant hand, write your name on a piece of paper.
Oh, I don't even have to try. I already know. I'm pathetic.
And
I can't. I'm like useless. My left hand. They could cut my left arm off. It wouldn't, I mean, I don't even think I would be impaired.
Well, if you're like most people, you can manage to get something legible on the paper.
Then I'm not most people.
But the question is, how does it feel to use your non-dominant hand?
Not natural.
Okay. That's right.
Not natural.
Now here's the other question. Did your hand preference actually change just because you adopted left-handed or right-handed behavior? No, it didn't. So that's the problem here. We've got...
And how much fun would it be to have to use your left hand all the time from now on? What if you lost your dominant hand and you had to use your left hand? How happy would that make you? Not very. It wouldn't make me very happy.
So incidentally, a lot of the things that we talked about, the twin studies, for example, illustrated that there was probably a genetic component to left-handedness. So for a long time, people thought that this was true. And in 2007, some researchers at Oxford University identified a gene associated with left-handedness. So there is actually a gene associated with left-handedness. This gene also influences a person's risk of developing schizophrenia, which validates some prior observations that left-handed people seem to have a higher incidence of this disorder. And this actually raises an important question, and that is, what if schizophrenia is the desirable trait and left-handedness is just the marker? So why would schizophrenia be a desirable trait? There's a guy named Robert Sapolsky who, he's actually a neuroscientist. And he has done a lot of work on some mental disorders like schizophrenia and OCD.
Yeah.
They're associated, schizophrenia and OCD, actually schizotypal personality disorder is associated with people who are highly religious and who have religious visions. And so...
Okay. I mean, yeah, if you're going to hallucinate, I can see how that would...
So these would have been the shamans in primitive society, and this would not have impaired their reproductive fitness. In fact, they would have been highly sought after as potential mates. So it could be that schizophrenia is a desirable trait.
And that's true. I do remember that depending on what culture you're in, sometimes madness is considered desirable, and sometimes it's not. I mean, sometimes it's considered really bad, and sometimes it's considered touched by the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. I didn't realize it was correlated to left-handedness, though.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing about the concordance rate for left-handedness, So the concordance rate for left-handedness is 12% in monozygotic or identical twins. Okay. The concordance rate for homosexuality in identical twins is 50%. Okay. So we've got a 50% increase over the background rate for left-handedness. The increase over the background rate for homosexuality in identical twins is over 500%. So what that means is that it's suggestive of a strong genetic component.
Yeah, if left-handedness can be, considered to be demonstrated as genetic by that correlation, and then it goes up that much in homosexuality, yes, that would increase the guess that, this should be genetic.
Okay. And at this point, I'm going to wrap up because we've got actually
somebody asking the
Ed on line 1. Yeah, sure, let's go ahead and...
Okay, Ed has a topic...
on line 1, there we go.
Is it? Oh, yeah. This question is, I guess, related to our topic, so...
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Ed in Austin.
Yeah, hey, how y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Long-time fan of the show. I don't want to say long time, but maybe about 3 months I've become an atheist, so...
Oh, cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, really. Anyways, I had a conversation with my brother. He's very religious, and we had a conversation last weekend about homosexuality. And of course, I think people are born like that. He thinks people choose to be like that. And I was just wondering if there are any significant studies to suggest that people are born that way.
Yeah, actually, there's a researcher at the National Institutes of Health called Dean Hamer.
Okay.
And I think it was in 1993, he identified a gene on the X chromosome, XQ28,
right,
that is associated with male homosexuality. And the media inaccurately dubbed this the gay gene. It's not a gay gene because that's not the only thing that influences whether a man is homosexual or not.
Right.
But the interesting thing about that is that Hamer's results have been replicated many times since then. And, and in that intervening period, several other genes associated with male homosexuality have been identified. So
interesting. And another thing, another question, are human beings the only animals to actually exhibit homosexuality?
No. I think, have there been any mammal species that have not?
I'm not aware.
I'm not aware of any mammals.
But yes, it does impact other species as well.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it was Ricky Gervais has a pretty funny routine you could probably find on YouTube about that, about homosexuality in animals.
Love that guy.
Yeah. It's a really funny presentation.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty widespread in the animal kingdom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, very interesting talking to y'all, and well, I guess y'all have a good one.
All right. Well, thank you.
Hey, come to Threadgills.
Yeah.
Hey, I might actually meet y'all there.
Okay, great.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.